Hi, welcome. Thank you all for joining us. I want to say a quick first thanks to two special people up here in the front. My mother is in town for the holidays. It wasn't pre-planned, but she's here. Raise your hand. Thank you for coming, Mom. And my husband, Bob Rosen, who is just, my best friend. So thank you both for being here. I know there are some other special people in the audience. Nancy Van Doren has been acknowledged, the chair of the school board. I believe James Lander has joined us from the school board. Where is James? Did I see him come? There he is. And I know several other school board members, for example, told us they either have another community meeting tonight or are recuperating from a cold. So thank you all for being here, and I see a lot of friends and county staff in the room too. So thanks for joining us. First, thanks to my county board colleagues for your support. I'm honored to work with you in service to our community and look forward to collaborating truly with each of you to meet Arlington's needs and make our community even better in 2017. And our team includes our highly skilled and experienced county manager, county attorney, and clerk. So Mark, Steve, and Hope, you guys are great. Thank you. We truly appreciate all you do. And behind you, the employees of this county that make us all look good every day. It's said that the only constant in life is change, but the pace and impacts of change vary greatly. This year is likely to bring dramatic, unsettling changes in our national government and on the international scene. Arlington will feel some effects, but we'll respond as we have before in times of turbulence and periods of more gradual change, with sensible actions inspired by our shared community vision and shaped through thoughtful dialogue and open debate. So what are the metrics? How do we know we're healthy? First, let's recognize how fortunate we are in our location next to the nation's capital, in our income and education levels, and most of all, in our community values and tradition of strong, open government and engaged citizens. Arlington continues to excel in the provision of core government services, public safety, education, transportation, and basic social services. Our crime rate continues to decline. Our streets are safe. We hire educated public safety officers. We train them well, and our community-oriented policing model works. Our public schools are outstanding, as we've always recognized that high-quality public education is an investment in our future. And our transportation system and staff are second to none in the country. Of course, we are not perfect. Yet in our last survey of residents, overall satisfaction with the quality of local government services remained at 89%, 32 percentage points above the national average. Our smart growth planning is a national model that relies on transit and thoughtful land use planning as our prime engines of redevelopment. As a result, our tax base is well balanced between commercial and residential properties. Our tax rate is among the lowest in the region, and our AAA bond rating reflects strong fiscal management. We're small, yet smart. Ground zero for the creative class. Our 2.8% unemployment remains the lowest in Virginia, well below 4.6% nationally. And by the way, 4.6%, thank you, President Obama. It was 9 or 10 when he took office. So what are the keys? What's the recipe for our success? 4 things that I want to speak to briefly. Have a vision and plan for the long term, engage our community, partner and leverage, and then commit to act. So a little on each of these. You know what they say, vision without action is a daydream. Action without a vision is a nightmare. Arlington is guided by a shared vision built on progressive values. And then we plan, and we plan. Anyone can plan for tomorrow. Few find the political will and community support to develop plans for the long term, as we do. And our dynamic community will demand even more creativity and future planning efforts to respond to population growth, changes in office markets and the nature of work, and the pressures to provide more community facilities and amenities in our very small space. Second, we engage, we meet, we discuss, we debate a lot. We are always open to new ideas and constructive engagement, yet can't be held hostage to efforts to delay, distract, or undermine. I firmly believe that trying to forge a broad understanding and consensus on a path forward is worth the time and energies involved because it improves the decision and builds trust. We have launched ambitious planning efforts, Lee Highway, 4 Mile Run, Valley, and we must press forward with true premium transit along Columbia Pike. In these and other initiatives, we should look to combine the wisdom of the veteran activists with fresh perspectives and youthful ideas, and bring ever more diverse interests and voices to the table. Third thing is partnering and leveraging. We can't do it as local governments ourselves all the time. Beyond our citizens, we turn to the state, we turn to the federal government, the private sector, the nonprofit sector, and we partner to do good things. We leverage their talents and their funds. And 4, we commit to act. We don't just talk. We do what we say we're going to do. The plans don't just sit on the shelf. They inform policy and budget decisions. And then we must monitor and track outcomes and make mid-course corrections as necessary. So 2017, what is our job? To listen and lead, to ensure Arlington continues to move forward and does not get stuck or stagnate. We should always work to streamline processes, to improve the predictability and equity of services, and make all county agencies fully responsive to residents' and businesses' questions and needs. Continuous improvement, you've heard that term, and our customer service needs to be part of the DNA of our organization. And it includes harnessing technology, adapting to the sharing economy, and even better communication and notification tools. So specifically, some of the largest challenges and those that I personally intend to focus on in 2017 are the following 6. The need for facilities, including schools within the constraints of limited land, strengthening our economic competitiveness, housing affordability, environmental sustainability, metro, and staying true to our vision and our values. So let me speak briefly to each of these. On facilities, we continue to work well, really well, in fact, with our elected school board colleagues. We must continue as partners in local government, sharing fiscal resources, facilities, and land. We're all in it together because we all need fire stations. We all need bus storage facilities, parks, schools, and more. The 2015 award-winning community facility study, thank you, Mary Hines, former county board member, provided us with a strong framework for refreshing the Arlington way and making siting and capital investment decisions with better community input up front. Actions earlier today by this board keep us moving forward in implementing the recommendations of the community facility study. We appointed members of the Joint Facility Advisory Commission, which will get to work immediately. We also adopted a charge for the newly created Advisory Committee on Transportation Choices, and I said before, our staff are very excited to work together in that effort to create safe, healthy transportation choices as our schools grow. Second item is economic competitiveness. Our commercial vacancy rate has recently dipped below 20%, though this is still much higher than our historic averages. We have had some strong wins in attracting and retaining businesses, yet we must continue to make progress in branding Arlington as a hub for the innovation economy and marketing our assets aggressively. The good news, we have the workforce that everybody wants. Lots of young, smart people, mostly our educated community at 72% with a bachelor's degree or more ranks first in the country. The Pentagon and National Airport are not moving. We have an outstanding transportation system and strong amenities. Got a lot working right for us. Third issue, affordable housing has become a bellwether issue that expresses the soul of our community. We are victims of our own success, as far more people want to live here than we have homes to fill. The average home price is $603,000. And we lost 13,500 market rate affordable units between 2000 and 2013. In furtherance of the recently adopted Affordable Housing Master Plan, we will review and update our accessory dwelling unit ordinance. We will also consider tools for preserving our attractive and affordable garden apartments that are such an important part of the stock of affordable housing and also of the character of our community. And we will further explore this mysterious missing middle in housing. That's middle that refers to modest densities and also middling incomes in an effort to provide more options for people of modest means, multi-generational households, and aging in place. Fourth item, environmental sustainability, is the planetary challenge of our generation, and Arlington must be a leader. In 2013, this board adopted the Community Energy Plan, which set goals for the entire community through 2050. Unlike many communities, we didn't just sign a proclamation. We adopted a plan after 3 years of collaboration among all county stakeholders, and we have implemented policies and programs to achieve our targets. Nearly 2/3 of our community's carbon emissions are from buildings. While county and school buildings have seen an overall 23% reduction in energy use, carbon emissions, more needs to be done. In 2017, new public buildings should strive to the net zero standard set by our own Discovery School. At least 3 public buildings should host large solar arrays through private power purchase agreements. And Arlington should be the first locality in Virginia to establish a program to assist commercial property owners in financing energy retrofits. It's called PACE programs. The fifth item, ensuring the success of WMATA, the Washington Metropolitan Area Transit Authority, Metro. This is the top priority for the region and will require all our attention in 2017. The regional rail system is the backbone of our transportation network and our economy. 84% of office development in the pipeline today in the region is within a quarter mile of a metro station. WMATA, under strong new leadership, has taken bold steps to address the system's safety and reliability. As the only large rail system in the United States without a dedicated funding source, we must help our region find a sustainable path forward, and we are ably led by our colleague Christian Dorsey in that regard. This is a pass-fail test for our region. Yet, maybe our most significant task in 2017, the final one I mentioned, will be to advance our values, our vision, and our community ethic as we can collectively grapple with the broader uncertainties and threats to social and environmental programs and to individual liberties anticipated with the incoming federal administration. While many of us have embraced the newly coined disruptive innovations, the latest presidential election was a little more than we bargained for. No longer can we rely on the federal government to guide and support us with allegiance to shared purposes and our common humanity. It is becoming all too clear that local governments will be called upon to lead. Communities like Arlington can serve as a model for how progressive social values and policies can work in tandem with conservative and responsible fiscal policies. Arlington must continue to stand by our convictions and pursue our aspirations. Our ability to think big in spirit and deed has distinguished us, and it should still. While we should diligently strive to provide core services even better, we should not be limited to that out of fear or defensiveness. We also need to invest in the arts, parks, trails, libraries, and human services that help define us and enhance our quality of life. Arlington must also continue to value the common good, not individual greed. Arlington must continue to prize a public education. Whether we have children today or we do not, we will showcase that local government can excel at educating all our children. Arlington must look after the most vulnerable among us, whether in the dawn of life, this may be familiar to you, the twilight of life, or the shadows of life. Our senior citizens and persons with disabilities should be cherished, nurtured, and supported, and homelessness and affordable housing shall remain a priority. Arlington must strengthen our efforts to protect the environment. We do accept the reality of climate change. In the absence of federal leadership and assistance, cities and urban counties across America are taking the lead. Arlington must continue to build public trust through broad civic engagement and careful fiscal management and oversight. Civility and accountability are important. As a former GAO auditor, I hate to waste anything and look forward to continued work with our new County Board Auditor to find savings and improve program performance. And finally, Arlington must continue to treat our foreign-born residents with the respect and human dignity they deserve. Our young dreamers deserve special attention and protection. I want to reassure Arlingtonians of all stripes, hues, and homelands that Arlington will remain a welcoming and safe community. We value diversity and embrace people's differences as a source of this community's strength. In conclusion, the Washington Post recently referenced our common humanity as the guiding principle, the glue that keeps our democracy on track. We have such a common humanity right here. Arlington will continue to strive to create a more sustainable, equitable, and healthy community, a community that works, and we'll do it together. So thank you very much, and Happy New Year. Thank you. Katie.